Hello, Shorter College, students and faculty. February is Black History Month, which is an annual celebration of achievements by African Americans and a time for recognizing their central role in U.S. history. Black History Month grew out of Negro History Week, the brainchild of noted historian Carter G. Woodson and other prominent black people. Since 1976, every U.S. president has officially designated February as Black History Month. Other countries around the world, including Canada and the United Kingdom, also devote a month to celebrating Black history. The Association for the Study of African American Life and History, the ASALH, sponsored a National Negro Week in 1926, choosing the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. The event inspired schools and communities nationwide to organize local celebrations, establish history clubs, and host performances and lectures. In the decades that followed, mayors of cities across the country began issuing yearly proclamations recognizing Negro History Week. By the late 1960s, thanks in part to the Civil Rights Movement and a growing awareness of Black identity, Negro History Week had evolved into Black History Month on many college campuses. The theme for Black History Month in the year 2022 is Black Health and Wellness. Black Health and Wellness explores the legacy of not only Black scholars and medical practitioners in Western medicine, but also other ways of knowing, for example, birth workers, doulas, midwives, naturopaths, herbalists, etc., throughout the African diaspora. The 2022 theme considers activities, rituals, and initiatives that Black communities have done to promote good physical health. Black Health and Wellness looks at how American healthcare has often underserved the African American community. As the COVID-19 pandemic has recently shown, there is a widespread disparity of access to quality healthcare, which negatively impacts outcomes for Blacks and other minorities. For African Americans, the root of the problem goes back centuries. Beginning with slavery, a lack of economic opportunity often put medical care out of reach for many Black Americans. Even in good economic times, whites-only hospitals were commonplace throughout the South. Black medical facilities were often understaffed, underfunded, or non-existent. Black folk remedies helped to pick up the slack, involving rituals and incantations, harking back to its African roots. Many plant-based medicines were also part of the cure. These included garlic for high blood pressure and aloe vera for skin injuries, which have since been validated by scientific studies. In the 1960s, when Black America was given a better shot at institutional health care, that's when the U.S. government threatened to withhold Medicare payments to white-only medical institutions. Almost overnight, in the year 1964, with the passage of the Civil Rights Act, hospitals were desegregated. More than 40 years later, following years of negotiations with the health insurance industry, the Affordable Health Care Act, Obamacare, was eventually passed by the Obama administration that gave better access to medical care for all Americans of all colors. Today, almost unbelievably for a rich industrialized nation, the U.S. continues to lag behind the rest of the world in healthcare.